Hi there, it's Lisa Balachi St. Romain here on our 18th Sunday of Ordinary Time. Our first reading is from the book of Exodus, about when the Israelites first get manna, which continued for years and years every day. And it, of course, relates to our gospel reading, which is about Jesus saying, our ancestors ate manna in the desert. Jesus said to them, it wasn't Moses that gave you that, it was my Father. And so he calls himself the bread of life at that point. So the transition. But back here with the reading from the book of Exodus. Get your best grumbly voice, narrator voice, God voice, because we've got this going back and forth, okay? So the narrator, Moses, God, and the grumbling people. So a reading from the book of Exodus. And as you pause there, you're picking up the book, you're holding the book, a reading from the book of Exodus. You look at the people, and then you just take a little minute, few seconds actually, and then start in. The whole Israelite community, just jump right into it stretch out that word. The whole Israelite community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. And I want you to say it with this picture in your head of all these people coming at Moses and Aaron and just like surrounding them and about to get them, right? The Israelites said to them, "Would that we had died at the Lord's hand in the land of Egypt." Like, we wish we had died back there as we sat by our flesh pots and ate our fill of bread. Okay, so they're apparently forgetting the terrible time that it was. But you, had to lead us into this desert to make the whole community die of famine. Now, if you notice the reading, the verse references, there's a whole section that is not included here. And that's when Moses goes to God and he's like, you got to help me here. These people are about to kill me. Okay, Moses is actually in fear of his life because the whole community is like coming at him and Aaron. We're just dying of starvation. So then the Lord said to Moses, so here's your narrator voice calming it down, okay? I will now rain down bread from heaven for you. So that's God's promising voice. And here's the instruction. Each day, the people are to go out and gather their daily portion. Daily is an important word there. Thus will I test them to see whether they follow my instructions or not. So if you know this story, you know that anybody who gathered more than they needed for the day and tried to save it just in case God didn't give them bread for the next day, the manna for the next day, they found that it rotted. In the morning it was rotted, okay? So it had bugs, and so it was inedible, because God just wanted them to get what they needed for the day. Trust me, one day at a time. So this is an amazing trust in God that needed to grow here, right? So there's a pause there to see whether they follow my instructions or not. And there's a long pause, notice, because we've got this separation. I have heard the grumbling of the Israelites. Tell them, in the evening twilight you shall eat flesh. That's the quail that came. In the morning you shall have your fill of bread, so that you may know that I, the Lord, am your God. So that's the point of it, so that you may know that I am your God. In the evening, quail came up and covered the camp. So easy enough pickings, right? In the morning, a dew lay all about the camp. When the dew evaporated, there on the surface, so did you notice I slowed it down? There on the surface of the desert were fine flakes like hoarfrost on the ground. On seeing it, the Israelites asked one another, What is this? Okay, what is this? Go ahead and be confused. What is this? For they did not know what it was. But Moses told them. So here's the interpreter. Hello, this is the bread that the Lord has given you to eat. Okay, so you're going to say it like that. This is the bread the Lord has given you to eat. This is good. And then it just suddenly stops. So you pause after there. The word of the Lord. Okay, so it's a little bit long and it changes voice. Practice reading aloud. Practice how you're going to pace it and change your voice. God bless.